in LA. Okay, I'm back. Holy cow. Okay. Just got back from LA. So that was fun.
I was made for this. Yeah, yeah. I was made for this. I was made for this.
So many things to talk about. So first I want to talk about kind of what I was showing. The interview with Rebekkah. I just kind of wanted to talk about it. I didn't have time because of the way everything went yesterday, but I wanted to talk about some of the things that stood out to me from what she was saying. First of all, good. It's kind of bothering me. That's better. Some of the things that stood out that she was talking about that really resonated with me. I think the first part, when I talk about when did you feel like you had success, and she's just like, what do you mean? So that's kind of what it's
Okay.
about. So I followed you for so many years. You took our photos.
I know,
and
but
I'm so
I think
impressed.
successful entrepreneur is a little, I don't know. Maybe I am and I don't realize it, but I don't know. That's a big title. I just feel like I do what makes me happy. Yeah.
I think this is a really good example of, I've been following her for years, and me looking at her work is just like, man, she is just doing amazing. And I was always so impressed to see her just progress, and like all these cool people she was working with and clients that she had, and just her work was so good. And outside looking in, I just felt like she has success. And then when you talk to her, she's like, so I think a lot of times we forget how much of an impact we're able to have on someone else. And even though it just seems like, even when I was talking to Josh Huskin too, he was taking all these photos, and I'm looking at his stuff saying it's so good, and he's saying I have maybe a handful of photos that I actually like.
I could probably name just like a handful of photos this year that I'm just like, all right, I'm like totally happy with.
I think it's important to realize a lot of times we do a lot of comparisons. And this is one case where I think if you take a step back and realize people are following you because they appreciate what you have to say and what you have to do. And we forget about that because we're always looking out. And it's good to just take a breather and recognize the incredible work that you're doing. Another thing that really stuck out is I really identify with this as well. She does multiple things and doesn't want to do just one thing.
I'm a photographer. I'm a recent graduate. I'm an environmental scientist. I love to map. I have a family, and I do a lot of things on the side. So sometimes I'm a florist. Sometimes I work in the studio, and every single day is different for me.
I always felt embarrassed that I did multiple things and that I didn't just do photography and video for my day job, that I actually had a day job. And I was embarrassed by it because I wanted to seem successful in this specific area. And the more I talk with other artists, the more I realize, like, to do the thing that you're passionate about doesn't always have to be what makes you money. So it can look different. It doesn't have to be, this is your full-time gig and it's how you make money. It may be, it may not. Don't get discouraged when it's not. If you're just starting out and trying to like just do stuff, that there's tons of people that you might be following. You think they're just an amazing photographer, and then you find out they actually maybe have 3 jobs. And maybe that's by design. Maybe that's what they like. Like she was saying, I just like to do different things.
I get really tired easily of doing the same thing over and over and over again. I think when people have like artistic ruts where they don't know what they want to do next, I'm kind of the opposite. Like I have a little bit of that, but I feel like I need to keep chasing things to make me more, I guess, aware of what I can do with my craft, because everyone has like their own perception of what they have to do when they go to school, graduate, get a good job, I don't know, have a steady income, have like those predictable outcomes of life. And I didn't have that. And as much as I would have wanted to have it, I'm really glad that like my path was really circuitous and different than everyone else's, because for me success means that I know how to do a lot of things and that I'm versatile and that I don't limit myself by being just afraid of trying something new.
There's no right or wrong answer. Just you never know other people's circumstance, and it really doesn't matter whether it's your full job or part-time job or whatever. What matters is the work you put out, and that you enjoy doing it. Another thing that she hit on when she's talking about, like, give yourself a break. You don't have to be perfect, especially like her message to women. I thought I mean, obviously I didn't think about it. This is why I love talking with other people, is to, like, I'm not gonna really understand your life, and I don't pretend that I know what anyone else is going through, but I appreciate her viewpoint of saying women grow up feeling like with this sense from society that they have to be perfect, and women, I do feel like there's an anxiety at an early age around being perfect. And I love how she just simply said, just let it go.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a innate perception, at least in girls, that they have to do everything perfectly. And I mean, there's studies that show like that when guys grow up, it's okay. Like they feel okay to make mistakes or to like goof around or, do whatever they want. And like girls have something kind of like innately built into them by society around them that says like you have to be perfect. And I rejected that a long time ago. And I think that kind of helped me to try other things, to even pick up a camera or to go to 5 different schools and like really just learn new things. But I'm also never going to have 100% like, I guess, predictability in my life, and then that's okay. And just rolling with, whatever life throws at you.
And I would echo that. For me, that's exactly how I feel. Growing up, from a very early age, I just learned how to not listen. Like when I first started my magazine, the 3 pieces that are in it is find what you believe, trust in yourself, and live intentionally. And I feel like that's the core of the message that I want other people to catch on to, is like, trust yourself. Trust yourself. Like, you don't have to be perfect. You won't be perfect. You weren't perfect when you learned all the things to get to where you are today. And that is the beauty of it, is that we are not perfect, and we are all just trying to do what we can to be better and be kind to other people. And I'm so happy that she brought that up and put that perspective that I hadn't seen, but I really connect with, especially having a daughter and wanting her to grow up to just shed that baggage. So if any of you have that weight on you, like, take a breath, go to therapy, like, work through it. The best thing you can do is to drop it and to move on. And I know that's not something you could do overnight, but I think it's something that you need to make a priority, because once you do, then it really becomes easier to attack the things that do matter, because those aren't going to help you in your journey of living the life you want to live. The sooner you can get rid of it, the sooner you're able to take control of your life and realize what you need to do to get to where you want to go. There's so much more to come. Those are the pieces that I wanted to call out. I had so much fun. The light was kind of like leaving, and so I had to like move really fast, which was good and bad, but I think it turned out really good. Rebekkah is just like one of my favorite people. I loved getting to be able to spend this time with another photographer that's so talented, and to just, go take pictures here and then drive to this hill and run up. We were literally running. It was out of breath, and we just got some really gorgeous shots, and I can't wait to show the rest of it. So thanks for sticking around, and see you next time.